Hi everybody, today we're going to look at something really cool. This is a classic gold collection from 2022, set B of 6 cars by Johnny Lightning. They are 1/64 scale die-cast cars, kind of like Hot Wheels, but Johnny Lightning had been around for years. And I actually don't even think the Johnny Lightning company is the same one that it used to be. You know me, when it comes to collecting things, I collect all kind of things, but I rarely leave them in the original packages. This is something, at least for now, I'm going to leave in its original package. If you go on Amazon, there are several different of the classic gold collectibles. They are 6-packs of some classic Johnny Lightning cars. Set B, the one we're looking at here, includes a 1980 Chevy Monte Carlo in yellow. It's not really yellow, it's kind of a cream color. I had a Buick Regal in this same color. My buddy who had a Monte Carlo, his was actually maroon. The next vehicle is a 1967 Chevy El Camino in Tuxedo black with a red interior. I hate the red interiors. 67 is a pretty cool body style. I used to have a buddy who I used to work with who had one of these, but his wasn't Tuxedo black, his was primer gray. As cool as this body style is, we really all preferred the body style from the 1973s. And sadly, the El Camino I owned was a 1975. The next vehicle is a 1969 Torino Talladega Royal Maroon with matte black hood. The next vehicle is a 1979 International Scout II Midas edition in Rallye Gold with graphics on the hood. Thing about the International Scouts, if you've ever owned one, you will love it. If you've never owned one, you'll say, oh, they're stupid, I'd rather have a Jeep. When I was a kid in the Boy Scouts, we were going across the I-5 bridge between the state of Oregon and Washington. We're going camping, and my friend's dad, who was driving, had an International Scout, and the wheel fell off. The rear wheel fell off going across the I-5 bridge. We were sitting in the vehicle, and then we saw a wheel zoom by us. Now, I've had that happen before, at least in the future. Years after this, I was driving on I-205 in my 1966 Ford pickup truck, and then I saw this wheel go rolling by me. Turned out it was my wheel. And that's what happened with this Scout. And even though it's a rear wheel, same wheel I lost on the pickup truck many years later, you're up at speed, slowly slowing down. You stay balanced on 3 wheels until you pull over to the edge of the road, then clunk. Then you go over, down on the axle. Over the years, I've owned a couple of Internationals, International Pickup, International Scout, and as I used to say, International means interchangeable. Under the hood, you could take some Mopar, you could take some Chevy, you could take things from other vehicles, and it would work under the hood of an International. The next vehicle is a 2013 Chevy Camaro ZL1 in Summit White with a black top. Yes, I've always said I'm a Camaro guy, but I hate this body style of Camaro. And really, I've never been a fan of Camaro convertibles. If you've never owned a convertible, you say, wow, I wish I had a convertible, it'd be really cool. Until you own a convertible, and then they are just horrible. I had a 1972 Oldsmobile Cutlass Supreme, mint green, convertible. And it was always leaking, and it was horrible, and we'd go on road trips with the top down. The first time you opened the cooler, you'd lose the lid on the styrofoam cooler, and things would fall out of the car, especially if you're going across desert roads at, 100, 140 miles an hour. On the hard-packed desert roads between Southern California and Las Vegas, or Southern California and Lake Havasu City and Parker Dam, speed limits are more of a suggestion, more of a guideline than a rule. I don't even think there is speed limits out there. It's as fast as my car could go. And I'm pretty sure the statute of limitations is over on that one. And last but not least, the next vehicle is a 1984 Ranger XL pickup truck in walnut brown metallic with desert tan sides. I've owned a handful of Ford Rangers over the years. I've had buddies with Ford Rangers. And I even had one of those Mazda pickups, which is essentially a Ford Ranger. With that said, they were dependable little vehicles. Mine have always been 2-wheel drives, though I've had buddies who had the 4-wheel drive version. And yeah, for a small size pickup, I'm a big fan of the Ford Ranger. And you know what they say, every car tells a story. Or is it, I have a story about every car? Either way, Leave your comments in the comment section. As always, thanks for watching.
Beanmeister 22, the most dangerous man on YouTube.